Okay, I'm gonna do a quick video. Basically, what's going on here is I have this dust collector. The cord that they put on this thing is super short, and so I drag it around, and what happens is it puts tension on this electric outlet, and it broke the ground off. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a extension cord. I'm just gonna replace this factory cable with an extension cord. Okay, first thing you wanna do is cut off the receptacle end of the extension cord. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to cut the outer insulation jacket off of this. I usually do about like 3 fingers or whatever. It depends on the application, so you want to kind of look and see how long you want these connectors to be. To cut it, I use this. It's a pocket knife. You can use a lot of different kind of stuff, but this is something pretty sharp. It's pretty easy to use these serrated teeth here to dig down maybe, you know, a few millimeters into the insulation jacket and cut around the cable. And I just basically press my thumb up against the cable and just kind of work it around until I cut through. And then you want to pull the cut off plastic sheath off away from the cable and basically relieve these 3 cables here. Okay, on this particular setup, they have a black wire and white wire. They have these little plug-in connectors here, and so kind of like the opposite of a spade connector. But anyway, it slides down over this tang here, and I've already installed them. I'll show you how to do that. Right. Okay, these are the connectors on the stock cable. Basically, they have different sizes for these connectors based on the gauge of wire. They put this little loop here on the end for the ground wire. And so I got this box of connectors that I got from Harbor Freight. So I guess there's the red size, the blue size, and then the yellow size. Yellow, I think, they correspond to a specific gauge. I can't remember which is what, but anyway, then you have this tool here, and I want you to notice you got, whoa, yellow, blue, red. I don't know who came up with the color coding, who agreed that this which size is what, but it works. And so what you do is you crimp the yellow one with the yellow, blue one with the blue, and the red one with the red. Okay, so what I do here is I gauge up whatever size wire it is, and I insert the wire into this tool and clamp it and pull. You basically pull the wire out. So for example, if I was trying to strip this wire here, I would take this guy and just stick it down in here, and then whichever size that it mates up with, I'm guessing, yeah, that's probably good. You clamp it down, and then you just grab the wire in your left hand and this little tool in your right hand. You pull it out, and then the insulation jacket just slides right off. Okay, then what you do is you go and get your whatever applicable connector that you need to replace, and you'll stick it on the end here. You'll have like this little end part with the exposed wire. And so, like I said, you match up the yellow dot in there, and you use that to crimp. And what that'll do is it'll make sure it gets crimped down deeply enough to deform this little jacket around the wire. You want to have the copper portion of it hanging out a little bit on this end, so that and then you also don't want any exposed wire sticking out on this end. You want it to be nice and clean, just like I'm showing right here in the back of this. Okay, anyway, I'm pretty much just gonna take this, plug it back in. I'm gonna insert it through that hole, plug it back in, and then it'll be back on the road for this guy. So what I wanted to use is a long extension cord, because I'm always hunting around for extension cord for this because the cable's so long. So this should fix it for good. Yeah, so I'll be able to plug this dust collector in and pretty much move anywhere in the shop with it at this point. And so this is just for convenience. I always have like a bunch of these extension cords laying around. I got I think that's like 3 or 4 of them. I got something over there, one over there in the corner. Then I got a couple like hanging up here on the wall. And so anyway, that's just how I'm gonna do it. But yeah, you can do this too. Super easy as long as you know how to do it. You can buy all this crap at Harbor Freight or any place that sells tools or electronics. All right, thanks. Like the video and subscribe. it.